There we go. So now, hey Bradley, good to see you.
Hey, Bradley
See,
and Mike,
see,
ABJ.
if we weren't on YouTube, we wouldn't be able to see people chatting, right? So
Yeah, I guess it's just something on my end. I don't
yeah.
know.
Alex says it's between this and Timcast. Considering that Ukrainian Nazis are launching long-range missiles, this better be good. I no idea what you're talking about, but whatever. You want to watch some joker called Timcast? That's your problem. Alex, he's always trolling us.
Okay.
So, welcome everybody. Hope you had a good week. Danny and I are both sporting our ultra sexy, cool Criticless hats.
Oh yeah, and I'm doing one better. I'm rocking the Criticalist shirt. I actually really like this shirt. This is pretty cool.
Well, I'll
shirt.
do you one better. Why is Gamora?
So as you guys can see, I'm not completely moved in yet, but at least I do have my computer set up.
Yeah. At least it doesn't look like a picture from Hoarders behind you now.
Yeah, well, I still have to get. I get paid Friday. I'm gonna hit up IKEA this weekend, get some furniture. So yeah, so it'll be nice.
So this week, a little bit different than the last few weeks. So what we're doing is today, we are just doing episode 1 and 2 of the Acolyte, the new Disney Plus series in the Star Wars universe. And then tomorrow, a very unique show. We're going to dedicate the entire show to an in-depth talk about It's Only a Paper Moon from Deep Space Nine, as sponsored by our own favorite troll, Alex Bogey. So that's and Creep has incorrectly joined the channel. Creep, you got to work on that, buddy. You got to work on that. He's constantly incorrectly joining the channel. So
okay, so we gotta let Alex know. Alex, we're sorry your review got bumped again, but we are going to do it tomorrow. We did watch it.
I told him this morning.
You did. Okay. All right. Good deal. Good.
So yeah, he knows.
Okay.
The schedule and. But no, we're both looking forward to talking about it. It's just we figured we should do the Acolyte first because it's the most relevant for people.
And we'll actually be like, this is good for us because we might actually get a little traction being, we're only a day behind, really.
Right. And by the way, if you want to see me and Danny's first reaction to the Acolyte, it is on
supportsalty.com. Supportsalty.com. Go to supportsalty.com and watch it because you know what? It's genuine. Right. We actually, I hate, not to bury the lead, but for the most part, we enjoyed it. So we didn't really stop and talk that. I mean, the parts that bugged us, we did talk, but there really wasn't. Yeah, it was.
There wasn't a lot to bitch about, and I will tell you, I don't know. Have you been looking? It's so funny because some of what I predicted while we were watching it absolutely came true.
Awesome. Okay, I did not. Okay, so I'm glad. However, save it for when we talk about it because I haven't had time to see anything from anybody else. I haven't even had time to reach out to that cat I wanted to join us today. So it's just with the move and the car thing,
sure.
But we'll get there. But yeah, hey, I want to show you guys real quick today. I'm going to let the winner choose.
Oh, yeah. You got to... No. You got some more... Wait. First, you got to show them your coin, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you. So Sunday, I got my 3-month chip, for 90 days sobriety. Yeah, I'm on day 93 today. So thank you very much. Yeah.
So the first person who super chats $90 will get Danny to sing a song about it, I guess.
No, that's just not going to happen. Although you can give the man $90. So before we get into this, though, I do want to take a moment to thank today's sponsor of the show, Criticalist.com. I'm going to let the winner of today's trivia question, which I'm going to pose now, and then we're going to give the answer at the break and then do our normal ad. So I'll monitor the chat. Don't wait for people to answer after I ask the question. Let's just go straight into the review.
Sure.
So here's one. This is a cool little tiger one. with some psychedelic stuff going on in the
If only
Criticalist logo.
if Indy Tiger were here right now, that would be perfect for him.
Yeah, and then we got this like chick that's like kind of like a Viking chick with the Criticalist logo.
There's one for Ariel.
Yeah, right. And then we got like kind of this death skull thing. It's kind of cool. I like this one actually. I might put this on my laptop. And then we got the one that's my shirt that I'm wearing right here. So you'll get to pick one, maybe if I'm feeling generous, two. Plus I put some other goodies in there for you as the prize for today's trivia question, which now there's going to be spoilers, folks. So if you haven't watched The Acolyte episode 1 yet, what's wrong with you? Go watch it and then come back. Or if you don't give a shit, we're going to spoil the fuck out of it.
Right.
That being said, today's Criticalist trivia question is, Carrie Ann Moss plays Master Indari in Star Wars The Acolyte. She is best known as Trinity from the Matrix films. What character did she play in Marvel? And whoever gets the correct answer first will win today's Criticalist trivia prize pack. Thank you very much for playing, and let's get into the review, shall we?
Right. And by the way, Alex asked if sober life is worth living.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, Alex.
Told you he's a troll.
Everything is in my life is getting better. As you guys will continue to witness, it'll just you'll see it. You'll start to see it happening. You know?
The hard part though comes when because bad things will of course still happen to you.
Well, just like the car thing, like life's not perfect, but
but that's where the real test is.
I'm better equipped to handle it now being sober. You know, yeah.
But you got to make sure when something like I remember there was one time I can't remember what it was, but something bad happened to you like a week or two ago, and you even told me that you felt the urge.
Oh yeah, when the dog died.
Yeah. And so. And I can understand that, but that's why you got to keep in contact with your sponsor and make sure that you're doing your meetings.
I love my sponsor, man. Yeah, I talked to him. You know what's cool? When they gave me the chip, it was really cool. The Graham presented me with the chip, and he gives a little spiel beforehand. And he said, out of all his time in and out of AA, he's always heard of the 90 and 90. He's always, people, whatever. He said, I'm the only person he's ever physically witnessed do it. And like 4 other people, like when it got around to because you pass the chip around and kind of like share the energy and stuff. 4 other people said the same thing. That was awesome. And I haven't missed a day. I'm still going every single day. I see no reason not to go every single day. Cause the whole thing is, as long as if I take it 24 hours at a time, which you really, sorry folks, pick on me, call me whatever you will, but like that's where I'm at. It's 24 hours at a time.
Right.
And they say, just do your best to go to a meeting and not drink in between. Well, then I need to go to a meeting every day. And I like the structure it gives my life. I like the people. I like the positive reinforcement. It's nothing but good has been coming from it. So.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, and now he's paying to troll me
Alex
with the
super
chat.
Yes. Yeah, so every day sober is a day which just goes by. Well, every day is a day that just goes by.
Right.
It has nothing to do with sobriety. It has to do with chronological, the chronological nature of the universe.
Hey, Aravic, what's up? Thanks for saying hi.
Try that.
And then Bradley, actually, AA doesn't, even though rehab said I could smoke pot, AA says I can't, so I'm not smoking pot. I'm trying to get off cigarettes, and they're telling me not to. They're telling me I'm taking on too much. So you can see I'm trying the vape thing, but we'll see how it goes.
So did you guys move to a 2-man show? For now, yeah, Laura, why, if you want to join us, we got to...
Yeah, it's kind of my fault. I was hoping to have a third guy on today, but I just haven't had time to reach out to him. But Laura, you're always welcome. Yeah, we'd like to go back to maybe even a 4, the original was like you, me, Kadish, and a guest, I thought, but I fucked that up being a drunk, so...
Yeah, unfortunately, Jason, who was our third guy, he had to bow out because of personal matters. And So yeah, it's not. We didn't reduce to 2 just to change the format. We reduced to 2 out of necessity.
Yeah,
And
I miss him every day. I need to send him a picture of the chip. I promise.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna do that right now.
But yeah, Laura. If you're free on Wednesdays and Thursdays, man, we'd love to have you. Let's see.
Yeah, because I like odd numbers. Because when
It says he may join one day. Well, you just let me know. You got my number, so you can always text me before the show starts, and we'll get you the link and everything.
And just in case people missed the trivia question for some late comers, because nobody's even attempted an answer yet, Carrie Ann Moss plays Jedi Master Andari and is best known as Trinity from the Matrix films. Who was she in Marvel? And thank you, Alex Bogey, for the super chat.
Jeez. Yeah, Alex is in full-on troll mode now. All your problems are illusions caused by no booze. Wow, Alex. Wow. See, sometimes I almost take you seriously, and then you do stuff like that. You shouldn't do that, man, because you're shooting yourself in the foot as far as your credibility. Either that or you are the worst drunk there's ever been. One of the two. This show starts out with a wall of text, much like other Star Wars Disney Plus shows. And I gotta say, I'm kind of tired of the wall of text format for the Star Wars show. Just do the opening crawl, because that's what people want to see.
Uh-oh.
What'd you do?
Oh no. It's okay. It'll be.
You're sitting there. Oh no!
I left dude. It's like 108 here, and I left my laptop in the car, and I just realized it. I should probably go.
So
get
it's
it.
probably melting right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Can you kill like 3 minutes so I can go run and grab it? I'm sorry. Shit.
So I'll go on a little tangent about this. So I say, and this is, Marvel has a slight variation of the Marvel logo for everything they do, including their Disney Plus content. The only time the Marvel logo is really shortened is on the animated stuff. And I say, do the traditional Star Wars opening for everything that is Star Wars. There's nothing wrong with that, especially and here's the way I would do it is these are heavily serialized shows. So you only have to do it for the first episode. Because there's only a wall of text on the first episode. So in the first episode of every Disney Plus Star Wars series, you open it up with the Star Wars logo, the fanfare, the classic John Williams score, and then you have the wall of text go up in the scroll, and you pan down to the beginning of your show, and that's it. Because that classic Star Wars opening is like is one of the most quintessential Star Wars things there is. Her Trinity outfit is not far off from making a Catwoman. You're not wrong. Why the tell the truth when a lie will suffice, says Creep. And Alex says a traditional Star Wars opening needs the Fox logo. Well, Fox doesn't exist anymore, so what are you going to do? And Lore says, I'd be surprised if the majority of fans for the show are sober. Wow. So are you saying you hated it so much that you'd have to be drunk to like it? Because then I really would want you on the panel so I can tell you what an idiot you are. Let's see. DTA Alex, not sure what you mean. Daniel's Hot Topic says, Star Wars Acolyte was good, no? Well, we're getting into that, Daniel. So stay tuned. I'm going to pause that Carrie Ann Moss played in Iron Fist. She was not in Iron Fist. 1 year, last Saturday here. That's awesome, Creep. And there we go. Mr. Trent, you got it. It is Jerry Hogarth. who is basically the lawyer that Jessica Jones works for. Yes, very, 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 very good of you, Mr. Trent. No, not Acolyte. Haven't watched it. Well, if you haven't watched Acolyte, just to warn you, Laura, we are going to spoil the crap out of it. So if you don't want to know, I'm just warning you. If you don't care about the spoilers, please stick around. I love you having you around. But, I don't want you to get mad at me for, because as soon as we get past this opening splash page, there's going to be a major spoiler that we're going to have to discuss. This stream makes me want to drink. Creep! How dare you? Hello, Laura. Has been. Let's see. Alex says, Star Wars went south ever since Luke, Leia, brother, sister stuff. Wow. I didn't enjoy Jessica Jones. That's why I didn't know. Yeah, I actually like Jessica Jones, but I understand it wasn't as popular as Daredevil. Mr. Trent, by the way, answered the question.
Awesome. All right. Okay, Mr. Trent. Whew, sorry, I was running. Right here. See that at Dork Knight LV. DM me on Twitter, and I'll get you your prize. Good job. Whew. All right, I'm back. Sorry.
He's saying I treat these streams as pseudo bars.
Yeah, we're all just hanging out, chopping it up. If you came here for Easter eggs, you came to the wrong place. Go check out Screen Crush. You want to know how this ties into the overall greater lore of Star Wars? Because I don't give a fuck. Go check out New Rock Stars. What you're going to get here is two guys talking about
whether it sucked or not.
Yeah,
Yeah. Did we enjoy it?
Two Star Wars fans of a certain age who grew up on the original trilogy.
And the thing is, it's the same thing with Star Trek, in that I can forgive little details that are wrong as long as it overall fits in the universe,
right?
And I would say, just as we're going to do a quick hot take on this.
So I took off my regular glasses, put on my old fogey reading glasses. Anyway, go ahead.
I would say, as a first reaction to episode 1 and 2, so far you can tell there's some things in it that are definitely written in the mid 2000s, like the fact that the main character has two mothers. And I don't know if you caught that or not.
I actually didn't even catch that.
I didn't either when you and I watched it together. It wasn't until I was watching it a second time with the wife with the subtitles on.
See, that's why I even brought up the subtitles.
I can only do so much. I'm not a magic man. Sorry.
Yeah.
Now
you know how I feel when you're like, dude, where's this? Where's that? Where's this? Come on.
Yeah, except that at least I produced something.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's one part where he says, and her mothers are, when they were talking about the fire, and it said that killed her sister and her mothers.
Okay, let's just do your hot take. I'll do mine, then we'll get to that.
Anyway, so there are little things like that where it's like, okay, it was obviously written today because they got to throw the inclusion stuff in there, check the boxes, whatever. But the story is solid so far. The effects look good so far. The stuff that I'm even going to rail on is not new to this particular episode of Star Wars. And overall, I think it fits in a galaxy far, far away. 100 years prior to the prequels, I think is too close. I think they should have set it at least a millennium before that. But other than that, I enjoyed it. That's my hot take.
Right on. So or go ahead. What are you going to say?
And it looks like Creep wants to drink.
Yeah. So Creep, and for anyone else out there who might be struggling, there's the phone number. Get help, and don't try to blame your obsession of the mind on our show. You're giving us way too much credit. Anywho, my hot take is go watch, go to supportsalty.com and watch it. I love this fucking show until they spoilers, until they killed Trinity. I was all about it. I was like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. This is like straight out of a video game. I'm probably one of these meathead idiots because I'm sure other people were probably bitching about it, but I thought that whole opening fight thing was dope.
Yeah.
It kind of took a fucking nosedive from there, but it's
not enough to ruin the show. It just was
right. Yeah. So
both of us
I'm
were
being hyperbolic for entertainment purposes, but that's my hot take. So
all right,
there you
so
go.
let's get into that first scene. So it opens up, and we see this mysterious character showing up in a town looking for the local Jedi. And the local Jedi is in this, like bar kind of place, and is Trinity.
Daniel's Hot Topics, we're going to get to it because you go watch it on Support Salty. I lost my shit. And you were in denial. You even say, no.
I was totally in denial. I thought she was coming back. I thought
nah,
she had to have a twin, something.
I called it the second we saw her. I was like, man, they're about to pull some Drew Barrymore scream shit. And it's on the supportsalty.com.
So this first scene, so she comes and confronts the Jedi, and she tries to get the Jedi to fight her. And says, hit me with, all your strength. And the Jedi's like, yeah, we don't do that. And she's like, yes, you do. And then she starts causing a ruckus, and she starts fighting. And it is,
and this is a ruthless little bitch here, man. She's actively trying to kill other people as a method of distraction.
Yeah.
Oh, this shit is so dope, though, man.
Yeah.
You guys should watch our initial genuine, because it was a genuine, real first time reaction.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the hell out of this scene.
Yeah, I think this fight scene was really good. Now, my wife was of the same opinion as a lot of people, saying that Carrie-Anne Moss felt a little stiff to her. To me, I thought they were just kind of going.
You even brought that up.
Yeah. And to me, it felt to me like she was trying to be like in a classic kung fu movie where the master would have his perfect posture, standing straight up, and just casually dodge everything.
Yeah, the other dude even does it later. The Saul, Master Saul. Yeah.
And the Jedi are just such badasses that you're not really much of a challenge to me. But she's not counting on the pure level of aggression that
I said a naughty word. Apparently, I'm sorry, mother.
That this mystery character brings into it. And I do actually. Okay, so while I was really, really. I know ABJ, Carrie-Anne Moss is not young. And so there is that factor, but I don't think that's, because let's be real. If they wanted to make her jump around and do Matrix level stuff, they could.
Yeah, but Daniel, she's not a martial artist. She's a Jedi. So
this is not a kung fu movie. If you want a martial artist, go watch a kung fu movie.
Yeah, this was a nice surprise, is what for me anyway. This was about like, I want to see a badass Jedi, and then they fucking kill her. I was so mad.
Yeah, but the cool thing is like the way she is. Like, I will tell you this: a lot of the times, I don't like that they just, in order to make a strong female character, she has to be stoic. But a Jedi is supposed to be stoic.
Yes.
A fully trained Jedi master, when the Jedi are in total control, should be a very stoic character.
Man, dude.
And she nails it.
She really does. No, that's why I'm so mad. She was my favorite character, and they kill her. Okay, Aravic, you had me paranoid. No, it's good. It didn't. Okay, so it's not even hot anymore, so we're good. Mastodon, buddy, what's up? 93 days, bud. Thanks for coming. He's from one of my wrestling things that I used to do.
I've seen him around. So the mystery character at first tries to fight her barehanded, fails, and so then she takes out her daggers and tries to get her with her daggers. Mm-hmm. Now, the way that she finally wins, it made sense to me. because
well, it makes sense, but it's fucked up, and it makes me hate this little bitch even more. But I guess that's what it's supposed to do. I guess.
Yeah.
So.
But like when Daniel said she went down too easy, I don't think she went down easy at all because Carrie Ann Moss is in total control of this fight right up until when she dies. Because what happens here is that she throws.
She could have killed that little bitch at any time.
Right. She absolutely could have. She could have killed her at any time, but she didn't want to. She wanted to find out, where did this person get their training? What is going on here? And she was thinking like a Jedi.
Yeah.
However, then our little mystery character throws a dagger at this dude. So Carrie Ann has to distract herself by using the Force to stop that dagger.
Yeah. Yeah. You know.
And she took advantage of that to throw a second dagger right into her chest.
Right into her heart, man. That little bitch.
And that was brilliant. You know, that was... I mean, that was absolutely brilliant right there.
Damn, dude. Yeah, but downhill from here, though. I mean, they blew their load. They blew their load early because I loved this scene, and I love Carrie Ann Moss as Master Dari, but I'm still, and maybe it's gonna, you know, and that's fine. This is the kind of shit I'm supposed to be mad about. I'm not bitching about bad writing or whatever. I'm right, like, you know. So I'm not saying it sucks or anything. I'm just like, because if you watch our live thing on Support Salty Guys, I think we're both pretty into this scene. We're both like, oh shit, wow, you know, make it, you know. But
yeah, so 5 minutes 56 seconds in, and Carrie Ann Moss's character is dead. So that it was heartbreaking, but I think it set the stakes that this girl is not to be trifled with. Because she just took down a Jedi, and not just any Jedi, a Jedi Master, and a Jedi Master who, and I think they cast Carrie Ann Moss because people, Carrie Ann Moss is already known as being kind of the stoic master of martial arts because of the Matrix stuff.
Yeah.
And so I think people just got that feeling that, oh crap, if she could, because they needed someone she could take down that would make it impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I know they totally did the stunt casting like Scream did. I mean, and I called that shit from the start because I went into this not knowing anything because everybody I know, I mean, Jesus, Vader hates Star Wars so much he changed his freaking name.
Did he really?
He's not. Yeah, on Twitter.
So he's
X,
not Matt Vader anymore.
He's not Matt Vader 74 anymore. He's some Butters. I don't even know what the fuck his name is now. That's the bad part. You know, I guess that's because, and he would just say it's because I'm not, I'm an OG. I just see, man, I'm busy. I don't have time to watch every single, and I think it came from their gaming channel because they have a gaming channel now. Mm. And I
so he's nut butt now. Is that what you're saying?
Nutter butter.
So he likes nuts in his butt.
Dutch butter Dutch
butter nut butt.
Something.
Well, when next time he comes on, that's.
Let me. Yeah, it sucks because when you look it up on X, it's like there it is. Dutch Butters
sounds like a really nasty sexual thing.
At Dutch Butters. Yeah, I know, man. It's like
it just sounds like, hey, you ever have a Dutch Butters?
But no, that's the thing. I saw what his tweets when he changed his name on X. One of his posts when he changed his name on X. Yeah, he's so done with Star Wars, he doesn't want to be referred to as Vader. He doesn't want any association with it anymore. I'm like, damn. So that's what they're doing. But I don't know. I'm probably in the minority then. So far, it's pissing me off for the right reasons. So far, I like it. However, if you do watch supportsalty.com or watch along, I do call out, inclusion hire. Here we go.
Yeah. Well, you said about every character.
There's a DEI checkbox. Oh, there we go. Yeah. And he to the point where you were like, shut up.
Yeah. Because I get that
they're two white dudes, and they're not even until the second episode.
Right. And they're nothing. They're not like major characters.
One of them gets killed. Anyway.
Yeah. So then we see after the credit, the very brief Acolyte splash screen, our mystery woman wakes up in her room, And we're like, wait a minute, what's she doing there? And apparently yesterday was her day.
I like how we're all roasting Vader and he's not even here.
Dutch butters immediately follows a Dutch oven. Well, Dutch butter, okay. Without knowing exactly what a Dutch oven is.
You don't know what a Dutch oven is?
No.
It's okay. It's when you're laying with your chick in bed, and then you fart and pull the covers up over her head, or even both your heads. So she gets. So it makes perfect sense.
Then I got it. That a Dutch butter is a Dutch oven sharded.
There you go. Yeah,
that's a Dutch butter.
Oh my god, it's terrible.
Oh lordy. And then you got to change the sheets.
Donnie, I actually 100% agree. I'd never got over it the rest of the time he and I were watching it. I was pissed the whole time because I really enjoyed that opening sequence. They hooked me, but then they killed her, and it's like, damn it.
And Planet X says that the trailer already spoiled the sister thing by accident. You know what?
I didn't watch any of the trailers. I went into this blind.
I didn't catch that myself, and so I'm glad I didn't know.
That's what I was getting on. My point earlier about that brought up Vader in the first place was, other than shit from people like him, I never watched the trailer. I didn't know anything. I did see pictures of Carrie-Anne Moss, so I'm assuming she was heavy in the marketing. But
she was, yeah. She was featured very heavily in the trailer.
Well, they must have showed most of her scene then.
Yeah, and that's what made me
Singular,
mad.
not plural. She's in one scene, folks.
Yeah, she is in literally one scene, the first 5 minutes of the show.
I hope they gave her $10 million for that one day of shooting. I really do, because this, as much as this show costs, because I hear people bitching about that.
And Alex says, I heard Andor was good because they treated the droids seriously. No, Andor sucked balls, man.
Andor was good. Shut your mouth.
Andor sucked balls. Andor, because
we already argued about this years ago. We can
but Andor, if you watch Andor, the Empire did nothing wrong, and I can't stand that.
It's on the channel in our history. We already talked. Just do a search for it.
So we find out that, so this is OSHA, not the safety protocols, but that's her name. And she is a mech something.
Even in that conversation right there, they tease you a little bit because she was gone yesterday. Because I'm even cussing her out. I'm already accusing her because I haven't seen any of the trailers, don't know anything.
Yeah, we're like, how she killed Carrie-Anne Moss, and then she goes to work the next day.
Yeah, when we're watching this on the live stream, I'm literally just cussing this chick out this whole time. It's kind of funny. Like, hey, look at her just casually walking along. Don't ask me what you did on my day off. You killed a Jedi, you bitch. I was going off.
So she and her friend are basically.
Jesus, Daniel, no, that's how rumors get started. I said, I hope they paid her $10 million. I hope. That's what I said.
We have no idea what she actually got.
Yeah.
Could have been $500. It could have been, $5 million. Could have been whatever. But
could have been SAG minimum. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, it depends. Like Carrie-Anne Moss may have just wanted to do it.
Yeah, right.
But she's a very busy person, and that's all she could give him. Or and plus I think they needed to find someone they could kill off in that first scene. No matter who they cast there, if they cast it properly, we were going to be pissed off about it.
No, and they did their job. I'm supposed to be mad about that. That's why I'm not like, so far people will be shocked, or I'm going to lose a lot of cred or whatever with my friends, but this shit doesn't suck like everybody's saying it does. Like,
Yeah, and so we find out she's working on a spaceship, and I guess, and I don't know if you caught this in the dialogue, I didn't catch this the second time either. Apparently what they're doing is illegal. Because the Republic regulates that only astromech droids are allowed to repair the outside of a ship, and not people. And so their job, mech something, I can't remember how they say it, like mechneks, yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, so mechneks are basically people that do the work of an astromech droid. and but it's technically illegal work. But
I didn't pick up on that, but you know what?
Yeah.
That would have just fed into. I would have just been spewing more hatred and vitriol toward that chick. I was so mad at her before I found out it wasn't her. You know what I mean? I was, yeah.
And Alex, I don't even get that. He says driving drunk is illegal too.
He's just continuing to troll. It's fine.
Yeah. And Daniel says people saying Acolyte is woke, and I disagree. I disagree.
Are
with
people saying it's woke?
Oh, yes, absolutely, yes.
Just came out. I'll feel the buzz in the next few days after this because I'll actually watch stuff after we've reviewed it. You know?
Yeah. People are going off about it, and the funny thing is, some of this. Dang, dude, what are you destroying your microphone?
Oh fuck! Sorry. No, I was just getting ice.
Yeah. And Mecha Random is illegal. No, Mecha Random is not illegal. Mecha Random is another YouTuber. Being a mechnic apparently is illegal. But yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to get to, Creep. A lot of people are calling this woke because of an episode that hasn't even aired yet. And
well, let me watch the I guess they sent the first 4 episode pre-screeners to people.
Yeah.
Super chat.
And Alex says nobody cares if something is illegal or not. Are you talking about with the mech thing?
I assume so.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I think he was referring to his drunk driving comment, probably insinuating that he drives drunk all the time, and it'll be really funny when he goes to jail for killing an entire family of 4, including a newborn baby. So you keep doing that, buddy. You do you.
But yeah, I think that as far as in the Star Wars universe, they're on the outer rim, and where basically the rules are kind of loosely enforced. They do establish that as well. And keep in mind, like when the Jedi show up, they're not there to bust them for being mechnics. They're there to talk to Osha.
All right. So normally, Donnie and I in the past have found we agree on things. So Donnie, why are you saying that? Based off the 2 episodes I saw, I certainly would not agree with that. Nothing against Eric Johnson, whoever that is. I'm sure he's a fine newscaster. So just qualify that statement for me, buddy.
Well, nice. He said that earlier that he didn't think the show was either good or bad. And so he's just...
I'd like a why. That's all. Yeah. No biggie. Just sentence.
And Planet X says, I really hate this bait and switch BS. They hire someone famous for 3 minutes. Hey, it was 6 minutes that she was in the show.
They did the same thing. Don't you get maybe Planet X? He's our age, or around our age, in between maybe. But
remember Bryan Cranston for Godzilla?
Yeah, they did Super Chat. The big one to me is always going to be Drew Barrymore in Scream, because she was all over the marketing. She was on the frickin' poster. Yeah,
And no, Qui-Gon Jinn did not spend time in Obi-Wan's outer rim. However, there is a lot of rumor that Obi-Wan did give Qui-Gon Jinn a whole lot of Dutch butter.
Oh, God. Vader. I can't even. I ain't about to call no another dude delicious. You ever see Kings of Comedy when Cedric the Entertainer says that? That's like, he's like, I'll be like, yo, D, I ain't gonna, my name's delicious. No. Anyway, I don't know. I don't think I can call him Dutch butters with a straight face. That's just... I know,
because now that we turned his name into meaning sharding a Dutch oven. He's going to be so pissed off.
Oh, man.
I can't wait till he comes to this channel sometime in one of his random visits.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, hey, why would you choose that as a username? Do you know what that is? Despite what I said, I plan to watch episode 3 of The Acolyte. I'll give the same results. Give that the same results as the first 2. Fair enough. But yeah, so what I say, like people, anybody who's saying it's woke because of episode 3, look, I will, when episode 3 drops next week, if it's super over the top woke and sucks, you know me, I'll say it. But if it's not, I'm also going to go off on all the people that were saying how horrible it was.
Dude, you were going off on people before they even said anything at supportsalty.com. I'm telling you, you were like, I bet so-and-so's going to say this.
Yeah,
you know?
well, you know what? That's because that's the problem is they've established a pattern now.
Okay, well, did they? Were you prophetic? Was it correct? Were you right?
Dude, everybody hated it. All the usual people absolutely hated it. Doomcock, Nerdrotic, they were just railing on it. Of course, their favorite thing was actually in this scene right here. And it is something that I did mention as well. And that is the fire.
My mother literally, dude, I got to share it. Like she asked me what we were reviewing today, and I told her this. And she said she wasn't planning on watching it, but she'd watch it because I said, you know what, it was pretty good. Hold up, and then so hours go by. I'm doing my day. I get this random text, so she's clearly at this point of the show. And whenever it comes up, I'll actually read it. But it was basically there's no fire.
What is your phone exploding for?
Sorry, there's no fire in space. Let me put do not disturb on.
Yeah, and so let's clarify a couple of things. First of all, is there fire underwater? Serious question. Is there fire underwater?
You wouldn't think so.
Right, except there are torches that we use that work underwater, right?
Okay, yeah.
You know how they work?
How?
And no, Stan, it doesn't use oxygen that's in the water. The torch provides its own oxygen to accelerate the fire. And so basically the torch is shooting out the fuel and the oxygen at the same time so that it can burn before the water actually puts it out.
So you're defending this as being scientifically accurate.
I'm not saying it's scientifically accurate, but what I am saying is that considering the systems they're working on and where the fire is, it is entirely reasonable to say, and there's even gas shooting out of the pipes right there in the shot that I have on the screen right now. You see it right next to her leg?
Yes.
Okay. So it's completely feasible that at least one of those pipes is letting out oxygen and another pipe is letting out whatever is burning.
Okay.
And so, and then I started thinking about, well, are there any, if you're going to go off, and I did go off about the flame at first. My first reaction,
you did.
My first reaction was very negative. However, then I started thinking about it. And let's look at a few movies that have fire in space. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Every Star Wars movie, Starship Troopers, all have shots that feature ships on fire.
So here it is. At 11:36 a.m., she said, there's no fire in space. And then she did the facepalm emoji. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Anyway, took that long for it to actually work. Sorry.
Sorry. So
I got a new phone. I had to resync it to my computer is what happened there.
So do I think that this fire in space was a good aesthetic choice? No, I do not. However, does it break the show for me? No. And by the way, Star Wars, this is the lead, I remember, man, everybody told me to shut up and go home when I was complaining about the fact that at the end of Rogue One, Darth Vader is literally standing on a platform exposed to open space and wind is blowing in his cape. And I went off on that, and people were like, telling me that I need to get a life because Star Wars is just fantasy. Well, if Vader's cape can be billowing in the wind in outer space, then I don't have a problem with that same wind fanning the flames on this ship. I'm just saying, let's be fair.
I was still cussing out this chick for Carrie Ann Moss's death.
Yeah.
This didn't even register until you pointed it out. And then I just thought it was funny because my mom random text me.
Right.
Nothing else, by the way, like just that.
And it's just like, hey, you know what? The next thing that happens, they hear the Jedi ship fly by. in space. However, that's something that Star Wars has done all the way back to the beginning, is having sound in space. So,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. If you picture a space movie that's an action-based platform since 1977, can you name any that don't have fire in space? That's actually, it'd probably be harder to figure out a movie that doesn't have some kind of fire in space.
Yeah. Well, let's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she puts out the fire, and then they hear the Jedi show up. And it turns out that it's this guy, Yord, who is an old friend of OSHA.
They were in the Jedi Academy together. They were Padawans, for
So Yord and his Padawan come on board to confront her with her being a suspect in the murder of Trinity.
And it's so funny because they totally suckered me. I guess everybody, it was obvious. I'm cussing this chick out right now. You liar! Oh yeah, I was like,
Well, and I love the fact that at first they're like, is she going to actually fool her?
That's not his Padawan, by the way.
Yes, it is.
No, that's not his Padawan.
I thought he said it was his Padawan.
That chick's not his Padawan. We meet the Padawan here in a little bit.
Are you sure about that?
100% sure.
Why wouldn't his Padawan be with him? Let me see.
To what do we owe the pleasure of Jedi presence on our humble ship?
My name is Yord Fandar, Knight of the Jedi Order, and this is my Padawan, Pasiloa.
Bam!
Okay.
Bam!
That's not the same. That's not the same Padawan he has later, though.
I'm pretty sure it is.
We'll see. Okay.
Yeah. Just remember, she has a butterfly kind of face.
Yeah, she's got horns and dark hair. The other chick has like white hair.
I think you're thinking of a different. I know what you're talking about. That's not his Padawan.
That's not okay. Well, then never mind. I was confused.
That's someone. I think that is Asian dude's Padawan or something.
Okay.
But anyway, so I like the fact that so they're having this conversation, and I'm sitting there thinking, okay, maybe she's suffering from some kind of mental disorder where she doesn't remember doing it, or maybe she's just a really good liar. But
I was full on camp liar. I was cussing this chick out the whole time. I was so mad.
But the best part of it to me was that then they bring the witness.
Yes. And I was like, see, bitch, he got you.
Yeah, I love that because you know what? That actually is a smart thing to do. And how often do they do the smart thing in movies and TV shows? So yeah. Yeah, so and he's like, "Yep, that's her."
Stan, apparently you don't listen. I am thankful. I came into this completely blind. Didn't see any of the trailers. So I think I got to enjoy it a lot more. Trailers F shit up, man.
Yeah, trailers need to stop revealing stuff like that. Yeah. Because it's really no fun if you know the deep dark secrets of all the characters.
Yeah, see, I tell you what, that pisses me off. I'm glad I didn't know that because it would have had a totally different effect on me while watching it. Yeah. They should not have. That was. And
I never caught that in the trailers either, and so I'm very thankful for that because if I had known that she had a twin, then I would be like, oh well, it's her twin. Obviously, still alive.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been nearly as heated. See, if you make me feel something, and this is probably the wrestling fan in me, you can make me mad at you, and I can be cussing you out, but you know what you're doing? You're making me care. Yeah. I'm engaging with a screen for crying out loud. I'm interacting with the medium here, and that's super chat.
And sub fan fiction level writing with a Disney budget. Wow, Planet X. This is not sub fan fiction level writing.
So far, no. I mean, and you got it paused on a really good example of how it's not.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I really am curious as to Kadish and them aren't going to do their take on this until Saturday. I'm interested to see, but
but yeah, I don't think the writing on this is that bad. I really don't. I think that this is I think better written than a couple of other Disney Plus shows.
Hey, who won? Nobody's hit me up on Twitter yet.
Mr. Trent.
Yeah, Mr. Trent. Or X. Maybe he's confused because I called it Twitter.
Yeah, so you shouldn't do that.
Yeah. So don't forget to hit me up.
And but yeah, and Thomas, no, the technology in Star Wars never really changes. I think the idea in Star Wars is that they've reached apex technology in their universe.
Yeah.
And so that's just as good as it's ever going to get. Besides, they have lightsabers, Let's see. The subtitles show the same character with different names. Well, then don't, but the thing is that, does it? I don't remember because I don't think, now I have to go back and rewatch the first part. But a lot, like my wife hasn't noticed it yet. We haven't gotten to the big reveal yet. And you're muted or something, Danny.
What are you doing to that poor dog? I hear that poor animal just whimpering.
The wife came home, so she ran to the door to try and get the wife's attention.
That's heartbreaking. That sounds so sad.
I know, she sounds so pathetic, but she's fine.
Okay.
Oh, stop. Jeez.
Now that I mention it, is she just milking it?
Yeah. Yeah. So
it's okay. We all know Salty's a bad daddy. We know that.
Wow, what a jerk. But yeah, so then she's put into handcuffs and put on a prison ship. And this droid here, he looks like you don't want to mess with him. This is like the first time I've seen a droid that I was like, I don't think I'd want to fight that thing.
There was one in something else we watched together.
The Mandalorian.
I think it was the Boba Fett one where it had those like the Power Ranger kids on motorcycles. Was that Boba Fett? I think it was Boba Fett.
That was Boba Fett.
Yeah, you make me watch all this terrible shit. It's hard to remember.
I didn't make you watch Boba Fett.
That wasn't you? Was that the Salty Nerds?
I think that was the Salty Nerds guys.
Okay.
Just for that, I'm going to make you watch Boba Fett.
Bastard.
Well, only if they come out with a season 2, which I hope they don't.
Right.
So she's on the prison barge now and being sent back to Coruscant. But notice she doesn't really put up a fight. And later she'll say she has faith in the Jedi. And I'm like, but I kind of believe her, but it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, and I'm still like, ooh, she's good. She's good. This little bitch. The whole time. It's pretty sad, guy. Like people like Stanley who are laughing at me. Oh, you dumbass. If you really want to laugh at me, go to supportsalty.com. In rare fashion, it's already there. The episode we're reviewing is already there. So,
all right. So then we get to see the Padawans training with Master this guy.
Saul.
Saul. I should remember that. I love that name.
It's an easy name, SOL, Shit out of luck.
Yeah. So Master Saul gets word about the fact that Trinity's been killed. And they're bringing in Osha, who, as it turns out, is his former Padawan. And so he is directly connected to all that. Not only that, but we find out that Saul and Trinity are the ones that rescued her from a fire that killed her entire family.
That was set by the sister, the real evil bitch.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that evil bitch's name.
May.
Fuck May. Sorry. I'm still hot about it. That scene was so dope, and we're never going to get another one. That's it. They just gave us that one.
You don't know. We don't know what's going to happen through the series.
You're right. You know what? They're doing a good job because I'm going to keep watching in hopes that I get another one of those.
I'm thinking that I think the final confrontation is going to be May fighting. Now I forgot her name. Osha.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a weird scene to watch.
Yeah.
Man,
that's a nice hat. Where can people get one of those?
They can get it over at criticless.com.
No, they can't. They got to go
they got to go to the swag store.
They got to go to shop.criticless.com.
Whatever. If you go to criticless.com and you click on shop.
Or you could skip the step and just go to shop.com.
Yeah, but you should have a membership at Criticlist so that
You should.
So
And
you're
we'll talk more
posting
about
and
that
commenting on your favorite reviews.
Yeah, I know. Because of the move, I still haven't put up my review of that Mad Max. See, I'm calling it Mad Max. What was it? Furiosa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you see, like you could see me and my wife's review of In a Violent Nature, which if you like horror movies, holy crap. In a Violent Nature is ridiculous, man.
See, it's sitting at a 73% right now at Criticlist. I should.
In a Violent Nature is?
No.
Furiosa, yeah.
Furiosa is. I need to put at least my score on there to help bring that down because. But you know what? At least it's not. Rotten Tomatoes has it at 90. And, if Criticalist is supposed to be, the anti-Rotten Tomatoes, it seems like the Criticalist crowd didn't enjoy it as much,
Well,
and I'm good with that.
Let's see.
Look at the look on his face. He can't believe what I'm saying. Yes. Furiosa was not a good movie.
Because you're so stupid. So
It was an okay movie. Had 3 good parts.
Wow, man. The audience score on Criticalist, I don't know what people hated In a Violent Nature on Rotten Tomatoes. The critics liked it, which is interesting. Critics gave it 84%. Audience score 44%.
What's it on Criticalist?
I was just about to look. So I don't know. Last time I looked, it didn't actually have a consensus because there hadn't been 10 reviews yet. Because for whatever reason, Criticalist won't actually tell you what the average is unless there's at least 10.
Daniel, we could if I hadn't been moving and then dealing with car trouble, because since the last time I got my ass roasted for my reviews, I haven't written any new ones. So thank you for reminding me of that, by the way.
All right, Criticalist is frozen. What's going on?
It's on your end, man. What's the name of this movie?
In a Violent Nature.
In a Violent
Yeah, that's weird.
Nature.
It's like completely.
Here we go. In a Violent Nature. It has an audience score of 66% with 11 votes.
Okay. So my guess is it's probably very high stuff and a couple of very low ones. Like if you're
dude, wow, this guy, you gave it an 80, but this dude gave it a 96, and this other dude gave 59, 55, 48, 50, 83, 74, 40, 50, 93. Yeah, a few people really like the movie, so
yeah, and it depends on how you react to like Friday the 13th. If you want to see something that's like Friday the 13th but way better, so
cool.
It's like if Friday the 13th were a art house film.
All right. Well, not to derail us, we'll talk more about Criticalist in a few minutes, but back to this guy, Master Saul, looking really bummed. Find out his former Padawan is a accused Jedi killer. Jedi killer.
Let's see. Where is... Yeah, so... I had to find the right thing. Saul is obviously saddened that his Padawan is involved in this. He doesn't... And by the way, she even brings up, do you really think that me, a Jedi dropout, was able to sneak away from work, kill a Jedi Master... Oh, I hate that. Yeah, if you're watching someone at double speed and then it hits the regular speed, it sounds like they're like,
we're talking really slow now.
Yeah. Now, Gamora Jedi here, don't particularly like her. She just rubbed me the wrong way. But didn't care for her character much. Maybe she'll grow on me later in the series if she keeps coming back. But she seems to be the boss over Saul, and she says, I'm going to nail this girl to the wall, and I hope I have your support. because, we got to make an example of her. Otherwise, the political enemies of the Jedi will use it to try and gain power.
It's like a cop killer on crack, if you think about it. Jedi killer,
Well, that's that's kind of what, and that's what makes us kind of unique.
Yeah.
Is that, the person who is murdered at the beginning of this is an actual Jedi master.
Yeah, and you got to think about you ever see those movies where like a cop gets killed and all the other cops get pissed off and they just want to kill. That's kind of the vibe.
Yeah. And so she's being transported and offering. And I was sitting there thinking, come on, if she is actually fully trained as a Jedi, I'll bet you she can escape this prison ship. But she doesn't even try.
Yeah, and in fact, I only start to first have my doubts about her when she struggles to use the Force for her little droid.
Yeah.
Here in a second,
Yeah, so these guys are planning a breakout, and as they're all breaking out, they leave her in her cell because she didn't want to help them, and so she has to use the Force to get her droid to her, and she can barely. And this droid is the size of a tricorder.
Yeah,
and she cannot move it, and so she is struggling that much. And Alex Bogey
Chat
wants to know if you had a beer.
No, not a sponsor of the show, Pepsi Zero. But hey, if you guys would like to sponsor, I spend a lot of money on these. So
yes, I actually have some Pepsi Zero here as well.
Do you really?
Yeah, I actually. Let me see. If I cheat and I grab my. You're old when you have one of these handy. The old.
I have one of those too.
And ignored with a super chat.
Super chat.
What does it say while I'm doing this?
So, $1 from ignored. So, they think she killed a Jedi Master and they only sent 2 young Jedi to arrest her and they don't even take her themselves. I know, right? That was a little stupid.
Yeah. So, right here.
Oh, look at that. Oh, it's cherry Pepsi Zero. Or
cherry
wild
Pepsi
cherry.
Zero,
yeah. Not a sponsor.
Whoops. Ooh. That was my fault. Sorry. I bumped see, that's why I was trying to avoid moving around too much because then it disconnected the cable.
No, Daniel, I totally agree. Oh.
It'll stop in a second. Just get over it. All right. You can talk.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's not smart to transport a suspected Jedi killer like that, especially one that was clearly as badass as what Indara was her name, Carrie-Anne Moss's character. Yeah.
But they also, they followed the standard Jedi protocols.
Derpy, that depends. If you fell asleep after Carrie-Anne Moss was killed, then it's totally valid. 100% valid.
Well, it's not valid to fall asleep or invalid to fall asleep.
If you were tired,
it just means you were tired. Yeah, so go back and watch it again when you're awake.
He's trying to say he's glad that he fell asleep. Well, Derpy, did you at least enjoy the first couple of minutes or 6 minutes? Because it's the best part of what I've seen so far. Another super chat.
Before the prequels, I got Yoda Collector's Pepsi.
Again, not a sponsor of the show. Criticless is the fine sponsor of this here review.
But we'll take Pepsi money.
I mean, I would just take free Pepsi. I'm cheap, so,
Okay, so here's the deal, Pepsi. You send $1 million to the channel and a truckload of Pepsi Zero to Danny, and we will sponsor your product for the rest of our natural lives.
There you go. Hell, I'll get I'll get the Pepsi logo tattoo. No, not that arm. I'll get it tattooed right here. Right here.
Yeah, we'll both do it. We'll both get a Pepsi logo tat. Yeah.
Because my way out will be, I got it because I'm a CM Punk fan. Because CM Punk has a big Pepsi logo tattooed on him.
I don't know who that is, but
it's a wrestler.
Of course it is. So then, so the ship is crashing because it's
Oh,
got
and
some-
you were just roasting this scene. It was funny.
yeah, because so her whole thing is she straps herself into a chair, puts on her seatbelt, and then wakes up after the crash, and everything that you see in this shot is destroyed, including the chair she was sitting on. But she's just lying there fine, and I'm like, what?
Well, man, I don't know if you were confused and bored during the first 6 minutes. There's no hope for you, brother. You know, because that was the most exciting stuff that happened.
Yeah, I don't think the first 6 minutes was boring. In fact, I don't think this show was boring really at all. Was it perfect? No, but it was pretty solid.
Definitely, it wasn't boring. I mean, we were engaged the whole time. Like at the end, you even commented on like we were surprised how like little we talked over it, little we paused.
Yeah.
Most of our talking over it, if you will, was just us like ooh well, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, on Coruscant, he's looking at pictures of his old Padawan because he's
See, this gonna piss me off. Whatever. I can't enjoy something without being a shill.
and
Fuck
that's
you.
it's Mike.
Not you personally, Mike. But, you know. No, but I was saying, Thomas, there's
Yoda
no reason
could appear.
Yoda. Yeah, there's no reason Master Yoda couldn't appear if it's only 100 years prior.
Right.
So,
and in
yeah.
fact, it'd be kind of interesting to see what would Yoda's species look like.
In fact, why wasn't I almost feel like Yoda should be on the council, like 'cause
Right, because Yoda
He's 900 years old, so he's only 800 here. I mean, that's like
right,
you know.
and which means at this point, and Yoda said in I don't remember if it was Empire or Jedi. That he had been training Jedi for 800 years, which means at this point he had been training Jedi for 700 years.
Yeah, so he should totally be there.
And Alex is going back to Tim Pool. Good.
I don't know what that means, but we'll miss your money. We won't miss the comments, though. Thank you.
Yeah.
At least I won't. I don't know.
Yeah. No, yeah, if you just want to troll us, then yeah, fine. Enjoy Tim Pool.
Yeah, no, Planet X, yeah, we were talking about that in the watch along last night.
Yeah.
SupportSalty.com.
Yeah, so Yoda it would be the only legacy character that would really have a good potential for showing up in this. I don't know if he's going to, but he could, However, this story isn't about legacy characters. It's supposed to be something new and different.
Well, it's supposed to be about the birth of the Sith, I'm guessing. That's what you were saying last night.
Yeah, this is basically the origin story for where did Darth Sidious come from.
Well, then it could make sense. The final scene, we see like the Jedi meeting, and we get Yoda gets the last word. Something about a new enemy we face. Blah blah blah. Something. And then boom, da da da. Oh, they're not going to use the actual music, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Cut to credits.
They should use some of the actual music.
They really should. Why wouldn't you? You've got a wealth of great music there.
So this is who you were thinking of.
That's
earlier.
who I was thinking of earlier. Yes, that's not his Padawan.
That is Saul's Padawan.
That's Saul's Padawan. Okay.
Yeah. And so
that's the girl that played Wolverine's in Logan. That played the
X-23.
Yeah, that's X-23 from the Logan movie.
Oh, okay.
Same actress, yeah.
Well, then she can definitely, we will probably expect to see some kind of very physical fight scene from her then.
Right, yeah.
Because
when I saw that on the IMDb page here, it's Daphne Keane. I was like, what? That little girl? Oh, shit.
And Mike Richards says Han Solo's grandfather, Irving. If Irving Solo, Irving doesn't have a last name because, he doesn't get a last name until Solo, a Star Wars story. And yes, Thomas, I know that according to lore, the Sith have been around for a long time, but they have been basically out of the picture. And so this is like the story.
Well, they're not even using the term Sith. Like that's why that whole fight scene, Carrie-Anne Moss's character is trying to it's all about who trained you. Like, what do you like? You said something about how she's using the. perversion of the Force or something like that. I can't remember exactly what she said,
but they do say in the final monologue here is that she's an acolyte, and an acolyte doesn't use weapons. And
well, that's why I think that guy's saying you have to kill a Jedi without a weapon.
And I think the idea, and I don't know yet. We'll see as the series goes on. But it seems like, okay, once you manage to kill a Jedi without a weapon, then you graduate from acolyte to Sith or something. You know,
I guess. I mean, that would make sense based off what you told me. Again, I know nothing going into this.
Yeah,
you know, which I think made it more enjoyable, possibly for me, to be honest. You know.
So he's not convinced that his Padawan could have done it. So he wants to send a team to retrieve her because the ship crashed. And he gets together with, Marvel Studios presents, No Shirt Man, because, I know.
Okay.
What?
I don't know. This is where I miss Jason because he was well versed in this shit. I didn't watch none of them cartoons.
Maul was not a Sith ethnically. Maul was from the same planet as those witches.
Okay.
He is a Dathomarian Zerback.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Stanley, right? Yeah. Yet Carrie Ann Moss's Jedi got killed with a dagger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He even says she gets killed by a steak knife. That's funny.
Hey, it was a really sharp steak knife.
Yeah, it's a Ginsu knife.
Yes.
Not a sponsor.
But Ginsu, we are open to, In fact, give us enough money and I will use one of your knives to cut one of Danny's fingers off live on a stream.
Oh, well, it never happened because we're on opposite ends of the country. So thank God.
Well, if they pay me enough, I can fly out to Vegas. Just saying, Ginsu, the murderer's choice.
I don't think that's the market they're going for.
Yeah, I know. It's like
I have heard that it can cut through bone though. So who knows?
So then she and who is this chick again? The girl you
it was the daughter from Violent Night.
Yeah, and so a lot of interesting
the Home Alone girl. Yeah.
And so
that was cool. I popped when I realized that.
Yeah, a lot of interesting casting here. So she has kind of a flashback to the fire, and that's when we realize that.
Yeah, go back. Yeah, pause it on her, and you can really see. Yeah, nope, other girl.
Yeah,
right there. Yeah, that's the girl from Violent Night.
Right. And so that's when we realize, there are two of them. And so
now, how is it they're supposed to be twins, but they didn't use the same child actresses, but they used the same adult actress? That was
I don't know. That doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah. So she's running from the Jedi. The Jedi, are chasing her down thanks to his handy dandy flashlight saber. So they bring her in. And then we get the final shot of the episode of the Acolyte meeting her master, who I'm sure will be a big reveal in a future episode. He does kind of have, it's hard to tell. It does look like that head might have spikes on it, though.
It's hard to tell. They keep him pretty far out, but show his lightsaber come out real quick.
An acolyte.
Yeah, that's just... I don't know who that is. I don't even have I can't even speculate on who that is, to be honest with you.
But, so we're going to, he's obviously going to be involved. Like, here's what I would see is the sisters fighting and at the same time Saul fighting this dude. That's what would make sense so far to me.
Okay.
But we'll see. And so that's it for episode 1 of the Acolyte. And at this point, I was on board, even though I was upset about Carrie Ann Moss. And I like the idea, they're taking the evil twin thing in an interesting direction.
So, at this point right here, This is one of those times where they didn't need to release. They could have. I don't know. They didn't need to release 2 episodes. Like with
no, they really didn't need the second episode.
With Andor, man, if you didn't release those first 3 episodes, you would have lost people like me. Yeah. And I ended up loving Andor, even though he didn't. This to me hooked me. I'd have been like, oh, I can't wait to see next week. So I thought it was weird that they. Maybe it's because we didn't get any white dudes until the 2nd episode. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and that's where like Stan Lee even saying here, they have 2 mothers might be considered woke. Yeah, a lot of people think it's woke.
But it wasn't in your face. Hell, I didn't even notice it.
Right.
You know?
First of all, we have to look at what does woke even mean in the modern context? Because the word woke has been perverted into basically being a derogatory term that the movie is trying to shove an agenda in your face as opposed to a story. Now, I will say this. Is there elements of the agenda in this?
Oh, hell yeah. I pointed it out. Support
absolutely. However, are they doing it to the detriment of the story? And the answer is no. They're not saying it's more important that we establish that she has 2 moms than we just establish that she has a childhood tragedy. Because blink and you'll miss the fact that she has 2 moms. And
I missed it, you know.
So it's not like let me shut. Now I do understand there's going to probably be a flashback where we find out about her birth with her twin, and we're going to see her 2 moms in a future episode. However, as long as they don't make the whole thing about discrimination against the planet Lesbia or something.
Who gives a shit? I mean, unless they agendify it, it doesn't really matter, which they haven't. I think I just made that word up, but whatever, you know what I mean.
Right. They're not trying to destroy the story for the sake of a message. And by the way, if this is woke, then so is, the Alien movies and Terminator and all that.
So what do you think? Because you said he might have horns. Thomas says it might be. I was leaning more toward it might be a helmet.
Yeah, looking at when he turned his head to the side here like this, it does look like that's more of a helmet.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully we'll get to see him.
He might just have plastic hair like in that Nick show, Lazy Town. There's that. I mean, I don't know. Any parents out there will get that joke.
I've seen Lazy Town. Thank you. I hate that.
It's trippy, right? My oldest daughter was into it, and that was really weird. So, hey, before we get to the 2nd episode, why don't you do me a solid so I can take my pee break? Because, I got a tiny bladder. And show the fine folks the hilarious advertisement from the fine folks.
What he's not telling you is that a seat is now covered in Dutch butter.
Oh, sorry, Vader.
All right. Let me go to the layers screen and do this. And where is the stupid thing?
Hello, Blaine Andrews here, local business owner and critic enthusiast. Are these critics constantly clickety-clanking around on their keyboard? Are their terrible reviews driving you crazy? Is your critic clawing away at the very fabrics of society with their terrible opinions? Think there's no answer? You're so stupid. There is! Critic Mittens. Finally, there's an elegant, comfortable mitten for critics. I didn't hear a thing. Is your critic one-armed or have fat sausage fingers, a skinny bird-like physique, or just no fingers at all? That doesn't matter because one size fits all. Critic Mittens, you'll be smitten. So come on down to criticlist.com. We're the home of the original Critic Mittens. And how? Download on Android, Apple, or maybe just visit the interwebs today because it's an app. You download it because it's an app, but it's a website too. Hello, Blaine Andrews here.
Critic Mittens. Just the thing that we all want from criticlist.com. But although I got to say, one thing that kind of pisses me off about criticlist.com they don't actually sell Critic mittens. So, and I want to say, why not, Criticless? What if I want some frickin' Critic mittens? I feel robbed. I feel like there's genuinely a problem there. And Stanley, I missed something. Is Dutch butter what you get for no? So Dutch butter is basically, we'll just say, a creamy Dutch oven. How's that? Yeah. Just suggesting there might be a reason people might point out. Oh, as far as the are you telling the woke thing, or let me go back a little bit. Didn't like the Yord guy unless Leslie Headland's wife was bad. I'm not sure who Leslie Headland's wife is. Thomas says, I watched Godzilla -1 on Netflix yesterday. I thought it was good. Still doesn't make sense.
Is it on Netflix now?
How the U.S. military did nothing even though they were attacked. I guess
I thought it was only on Netflix overseas. Are you using a VPN, Thomas? Give me some more input. Need more input.
Okay, Johnny. Oh, I'm looking right now. So, yep, Godzilla -1 is #1 in movies today. It is.
Damn, I want to watch it now. Damn it.
So, yeah, we'll have to do a full-on review of that in the near future now that it's out.
Hey, that could be what we do Thursday next week. We need something for next week.
All right, so next week we'll do Acolyte and Godzilla.
No, Wednesday we'll do Acolyte. Thursday we'll do.
Or yeah, well, sorry, Wednesday. That's thinking Thursday, Friday again for some reason.
Yeah, Creep said he watched it too. Okay, so we'll talk that. Because guess what, folks? Woohoo! I got my. Not only did I get a free Pixel 8 from T-Mobile as a result of my tweet or X post, I got my free Netflix back, baby. I haven't logged into it yet. So,
although let's be real, T-Mobile still sucks.
I didn't say that, T-Mobile. In case you're watching,
I did, and that is that does reflect the official opinions of NERDFIGHTS and all of its subsidiaries.
Just and the nation of. Hey, where is Bird of Prey 5? Is he alive still? Is he okay?
Yeah, he was streaming just the other day, so
Okay.
I assume so.
Okay.
Don't be scaring me like that, man. All right,
Well, I just haven't seen him join us lately. Is all, you know.
Yeah.
Hail Kuroga.
I want some Critic mittens. That's all I'm saying.
I'll see what I can. I'll see what I. They need to maybe.
He needs to make a Critic mitten product.
Maybe for shits and giggles, I'll make a Critic mitten design, and I'll just send it to him. And be like, yo, make some stickers or shirts or something. It's a.
Yeah, that is absolutely true, Thomas. 100% true.
Look, all I did was I tweeted the truth. Okay, that's all I did, and I tagged Sumi. I tagged T-Mobile in it because they needed to know, and it's sad. It's really sad. So here, I'm going to read the tweet. Here, in fact, hold up.
You know, we only have a half an hour left, right? So.
Oh, I'll go over. I don't care. We got time.
Yeah, like I don't need to eat dinner. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You don't need to eat dinner. Come on, dinner's overrated.
It's 9:30 at night here.
Is it? Oh yeah, that's how time works.
Wow.
Totally forgot. So here, add this to the scene, or I'll do it. Add this to the scene. Look at this. So right here, I don't know if I can make it any bigger, but I've been with T-Mobile for 11 years. That's the longest relationship I've had in my life, maybe the most abusive too. But just like the rest of them, it's time for it to end. Does anyone have any recommendations? Domestic customer service is the most important aspect to me. And that's what I was serious. I would have paid triple what I was paying with T-Mobile if I could talk to somebody on the phone in America, domestic customer support. And you know what? I'm not going to spoil it because I don't want those lines but I got what I wanted. I have a direct access to the Americans in America.
We'll see how long that lasts.
We will, because the second that ends, I'm going to take my free Pixel 8, go to Verizon. You hear me, T-Mobile? Anyway.
And yes, Mike, you're not supposed to feed me after midnight, or else I turn into, I don't know, something.
Well, at least the second episode is shorter.
A little bit,
So,
yeah.
so we can, we'll hop into that now. Again, guys, spoilers. If you didn't see the episode, we're going to spoil the F out of it.
So episode 2, the little girl walks up to a security door, and the little security door droid is like warning her, and then she throws a gadget on it that makes the droid shut down. And that makes it so that she can sneak in. And she sees this Jedi just kind of hovering there.
Yeah, I even asked you, like in our watch along, I was like, is he just levitating? Is that what's going on?
And apparently this is how he sleeps.
Luke didn't even do that. He had to sit on a rock. I mean, what?
Yeah. So and she tries to take him down with everything she has, and she can't get through his shield that he has around him. She just keeps bouncing off it. So he's completely surrounded by some kind of force field that's generated by the Force. So she tries to attack him barehanded first, and then with her daggers, but there's nothing she can do.
Stanley, I'll have you know this beard is 100% authentic. It represents 94 days of growth. It is my sobriety beard.
He bought it at the store.
Don't you dare. You can tug on that thing. In fact.
Wow, dude, I don't think anybody wants to give you a tug.
Ooh, that I gotta stop. It's been a minute. It's been a while.
Yeah. So nobody offer to tug on Danny, please. All right. So, meanwhile, albino or Andorian chick and Osha are on the ship having a little conversation. Yord and Saul are also there, of course, and they're getting ready to bring her back to Coruscant. But then they get the notification that the other Jedi Master was attacked, so they are sent on a side quest to find out if this is her twin sister or whatever, because obviously the Jedi Council's like, well, it's probably not her since somebody else was attacked.
They were talking about floating dude's beard, not mine. Okay. Sorry. Confusion.
Well, but your beard is fake.
If it were fake, it wouldn't have all this white on it. That's for damn sure.
Sure. So then we find out that May is working with a crack addict.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, who
although she threw a beer can or something like it at him, so he's probably just like this, like me. He's 4 months ago.
Yeah, he's a drunk. Yeah, but the way he's acting, it's more like he's on crack than
right.
drinking. But he's like her supplier of stuff, and so she says she can't get him. So he mixes up a special little poison brew for her to be able to use on him.
And yes, Stanley, they did say that in dialogue here in a little bit.
Yes.
It comes up.
Well, they don't say I don't think they say he's been sitting there floating for a decade. I think what they say is that he hasn't spoken for a decade.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I just took it too much implication.
He's like a monk who took a vow of silence.
Apparently, because he felt so bad about himself. Spoilers again. He felt obliged to kill himself at her request. So
yeah,
that was weird. I didn't think Jedis were down for suicide.
Yeah, for self-termination.
Yeah.
So she shows back up, and meanwhile, the other guys are there as well. And
so, second white guy of the show, right there.
So hey, they're don't say there's no white people.
They checked that box. It's minimal, but it's checked.
Yes, so it's not.
My son wants to grow up to be a Jedi. He gets to be this incompetent asshole right here. So that's fine.
He's not necessarily incompetent. He just
he's out here standing to them while his other white friend is he's getting killed. They're not. What happened to like the sense of the Force?
None of them are detecting it.
Yeah.
None of them.
Yeah, but Saul is the first one to get a hint of it. And it's like, let's go. Like
Well,
he's the one.
Saul has is the closest relationship to her, and you also remember, and Saul might be the only true master among these people.
Yeah, they better pay that off Planet X. I was like that too. I'm like, what Jedi's going to do that?
Yeah, I don't quite get that. So she, so they question the girl. They're finding out what's going on, and then she basically places the poison vial in front of him and says that if he drinks the poison, she'll forgive him. So what the heck did he do to where he'd be willing to drink the poison just to gain her forgiveness?
He must have diddled her. That's the only thing. Like he looks kind of like a
He does look kind of
priest.
creepy, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that too. Very creepy.
Yeah. A priest. Jeez, jerk.
Well, he's got the white robe. I mean, whatever.
All the Jedis have robes.
But his is white.
They're all wearing pretty much the same thing. Haven't you noticed that?
Now they're more like cream, khaki, light brown.
Yeah, look at what he's wearing right there. It's kind of a cream khaki.
The pants are, but the top's white. Anyway, we digress. Let's move on.
Yeah. So OSHA comes in, finds him dead, finds the vial, and of course, everybody just immediately assumes that she just killed him, which is a logical assumption at this point.
Yeah.
But fortunately, Yord was following her and vouches for her.
Yeah.
So they go and check out. They find that this is the only store where the other sister could have gotten the ingredients for the poison. So they start staking the place out, and they again smart writing where credit where credit is due. He's like, wait a minute, we have her twin. Let's just send her in.
Actually, it's the Padawan that comes up with that.
Yeah. And that's a smart idea because it's like, well, yeah, you have someone that looks exactly like her. And so she could walk in there and just say, hey, what's going on? And get him to spill the beans.
All right. Who's Mike talking about here? Who worked on Discovery and Must Die? Who's he talking about?
I'm not sure who he's talking about.
Let us know, Mike, because, yeah, I'll second that. Just want to know who.
And DA0 says, Tobin took the poison because he's guilty of the past. May probably didn't start the fire. It's just a story the Jedi made up to not look bad. Well, May didn't start the fire because it's always been burning since the world's been turning.
It's been burning. Oh, yeah, we have it. Okay,
Yeah. You stepped on my joke, you jerk.
Great minds think alike. Yeah, what can I say?
No, you're more the broken clock is right twice a day.
Fair enough.
All right. So, but anyway, this is a smart idea. If you have someone that looks exactly like the bad guy, just have her waltz in, get a casual confession from the guy, and then you can legitimately go in there and interrogate him. Because in this, it's kind of interesting. So the Jedi and this is something that has been talked about a little bit, but we never really saw it until now, is that they say, well, Jedi are basically, they're not the military. They're basically more like
peacekeepers is what they've been called. Galactic peacekeepers.
But think of them as like sheriffs, or some kind of galactic the galactic version of the FBI. And so they can't just brazenly go in there and start mind wiping people. They need to actually have probable cause, which is what they're doing here. So they use her droid as a wire, and she goes in and basically gets the guy to admit that he gave her the poison to kill the other dude. And so then they all come in and take the place. And of course, being the coward that he is, he tells them everything he knows.
Yeah, you're right. He has got some real serious crackhead vibes now that
and so then
so where's the other dude's Padawan then? She's just not sticking. Shouldn't she be sticking with her master? I mean,
I guess she's just not. Oh,
you see
she's
why I was confused.
She's back on the ship. Remember,
no. Saul's Padawan's on the ship. She's going to fly it. I'm talking about. I thought that was,
shirtless
shirtless dude's Padawan.
So Yord's Padawan, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe she's like, at home with cramps or something. I don't know. So then they confront May, and we get our first fight between Saul and May.
If people are going to say Carrie Ann Moss was stiff, can you play like 6 seconds of this before, No, of him, like where he's just kind of, yeah.
It's the exact same style.
The exact same. Yeah.
And so, and it's again, they're trying to show that he is a master. He does not see her as a threat at all.
Yeah.
And neither did Carrie Ann Moss. The thing is that she managed to see a perfect opportunity by distracting her long enough to stab her. But stop playing it.
These are my favorite parts, man. Sorry. That's a pretty good pause. Hey.
Yeah, but the difference here, and May doesn't know this yet, is that there are other Jedi surrounding the place. So she's not going to be able to pull some trick like that.
Yeah. She notices it here in a second.
Yeah. And so, so right here, the Jedi are like, yeah, we got you. Just, you might as well just give up.
He had her dead to rights right here. See,
right. Well, they absolutely, the problem with the Jedi, and this has always been the problem with the Jedi, is their sheer effing hubris, right?
Yeah.
They're the most powerful beings in the galaxy, and they know it.
If you're talking about who we have it paused on, this dude's actually from Squid Games. Did you know that?
Oh, is he? No, I didn't recognize him. Who was in Squid Games?
So according to the what is this? The IMDb thing.
Yeah.
It's Lee Jung Jae. He was the main character of Squid Game. The
okay. Yeah, it's been a while since I watched.
The gambler guy or whatever. Yeah. That's him.
So if you haven't seen Squid Games, by the way, well, there's a mind bender for you.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, you're right. So it's the Andorian or Enar, I should say. That's at the controls.
Anar with horns.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, she just has a lot of antenna. So it's
an orange eyeshadow. So
yeah.
There we go.
By the way, one of the things that Nerdrotic complained about is the fact that the two sisters have the same hair.
Okay, why is that a complaint?
Because
they would have just had different hairstyles, I guess, maybe?
Because he's saying, oh, this show is terrible because they have the same hairstyle. I know that makes...
what's funny is I can kind of see why you would say, why do they have the same hairstyle? But at the same time, that thought never crossed my mind once.
Right. Yeah. And the thing is, even some of the people responding to him on X about that were like, well, maybe because this is just a fictional story, it's not, because sure, the odds of twins separated at birth having the exact same hairstyle.
Well, they weren't separated at birth. They were
separated at a very young age.
Not that young. They looked like they were 9 or 10. 8. They said 8.
Yeah.
They found her
Although
when she was
the
8.
interesting thing is that they both had dreads when they were 8. It just means they've kept the same style.
Yeah, they just
So it's not even that weird. Anyway, she uses the Force to create a dust cloud and escape. That's totally ninja style right there.
Yeah. Or Batman.
Yeah.
Which stole it from the ninjas, so that's fine.
So then we find out, dun dun dun, that there is a Wookiee Jedi that we're going to see in the next.
We better see this dude wreck some shop.
His name needs to be Bigfoot, though. Look at that. That shot right there, and just blur it a little bit, and you got a Bigfoot picture.
Sasquatch.
Yeah. So didn't know that that Sasquatch was a Jedi. Look at that.
Oh, you can play this cowardly lion scene, but I couldn't play the fight scene? Okay.
I didn't play that much of it.
He looked like the cowardly lion right there, actually, to me. Anyway.
courage.
Come on, put him up, put him up.
Yeah. So
Shit, you were worried about time. We still have 20 minutes. You're killing me.
no, we don't. We have 16. Yeah. See, look at that. Tell me that's not a Bigfoot picture right there. Tell me that's not Bigfoot.
I don't know. The hair thingy is making me think Cowardly Lion, but that's,
Yeah. So, and I understand that this is a character from the EU, the extended universe stuff. And so cool, whatever. But I just want to see a Wookiee with a lightsaber just hacking on someone. That's what I want.
I want to see yes. And how does he not like singe his hairs? That's what I want.
Yeah, I was actually thinking the same thing. Shouldn't he burn a lot of hair wielding a lightsaber?
I feel like, this part should be just all like short, frayed or, charred hairs, right around up to about here, up the forearm.
And so, and that's pretty much it.
What's after this? This isn't the last scene, is it?
Yeah, this is the end.
Just ends with this guy right here.
Yeah. And so now,
there was no need to release both of these. Anyway, I want to see more. Isn't that what this show's supposed to do?
Yeah, it absolutely should, and it does. Yeah. I mean, I'm interested in the story. I want to know what happens next. That's good. People need to understand that's ultimately what you should be going for.
Now, it would be funny, but he just snapped a gun like a twig, so I don't think that's going to be his MO.
I didn't see because I can't see that.
It says it'd be even funnier if he also has a defensive fighting style.
Oh, yeah.
I get the zero.
What DA0 say?
That was who said that.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Clean feed. Is it this one? Oh, that'll work, I suppose. All right, so what I'm doing here, I'm sure you're going, what the heck are you doing? And let's go to share screen, entire screen. No, we're not sharing system audio. And we want this screen here, share. Oops. Cancel.
So Stan, I think somebody else said that too. Oh no, it was Stan. So apparently, this is the same actor who took over from Mayhew in the.
From taking over Mayhew for Chewbacca.
The sequel, the trilogy or whatever.
All right, so
or prequel, whatever.
I'm just bringing up a page in my editor here. And let's see if we can zoom in.
Oh, no. They're dropping all the episodes at once.
For this show?
No. For you can't see the screen. Thomas Potts says, Nerd Fights, FYI, Prodigy Season 2 comes out July 1st. All episodes. So I guess that's how Netflix does it. You know what we've never done before?
What's that?
Maybe we should just binge it and just review it.
Oh, Prodigy Season 2. When did he say it comes out?
July 1st.
We could probably...
they're like maybe 20-minute episodes. You know what I mean?
All right, here we go. So you can see the two cavemen, right?
Yeah.
All right, so... Oh, there we go. That was perfect right there. All right. You see how he kind of looked back?
Yeah.
All right, let's fix that just a hair. All right, so we go into... I know it probably says media offline, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that's not a big deal. That's just...
It doesn't anymore, though.
Yeah, that's just me messing around. All right, and we go to...
If this is a Dutch butter, I'm going to be upset.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Let's see. Do the effects. Where is one? Let's go to search. All right. Really? Is that the only one we have? All right. Well, we'll try that. What?
Just riveting television here.
Well, it's not my fault.
Kind of technically is, but that's fine.
No, that's not what we want. It's not. We don't want to trend.
Well, while he's doing that, I'm going to go over to Criticless
Yeah, you do that.
and see if anybody's starting to use because I have not been active this week because of the move and the car thing. I wonder if anybody's participated in our group.
Well,
I wish you should have had me make like I need to be an admin. I still can't invite people, and I don't know if there's a way to do that. I'll have to reach out to Blaine or somebody.
I'm trying to remember how to add something to the scene here.
Yeah, still, it's just me shouting into the void myself. All the posts in there at the water cooler, just me. But we have 13 members now, so that's cool.
Let's see.
So we got Best Opinion 85, Chalk Demon, Aerial Ballet, Sarah Ann, Sleepy Space Mom. Hey, Blaine joined. Politely Evil, I Miss Good Movies, Chick Ginger, Indigo Eyes, and That Geeky Canuck are all members with us on Criticless. So thank you guys so much for that.
All right.
I'm still sitting at 71 reviews, so there's no new reviews for you guys to make fun of. Although I'm leaning into it. I don't care. Have you read like Blaine's Mad Max review? Did you read that? It was pretty good.
No.
For the original, it was his first time watching the first Mad Max movie. Mm-hmm. And it was interesting getting his perspective on it, having not seen the Furiosa movies or he saw Fury Road and then Furiosa, and then went back and watched the other ones.
And what was his thoughts?
He gave it I believe he gave it a rad. Here, let me.
Okay. All right, so you ready for this?
Yeah, I was just killing time.
Okay, this is gonna be mind blowing. You ready?
Yeah. Did you freeze?
No, can you not see it?
Can't. Everything's blurry.
Exactly.
Aren't you funny?
I fixed it. That's what I'm saying. So now he looks like Bigfoot.
Damn, Blaine gave Acolyte a heinous.
Did he really?
Yeah, gave it a 19%.
Yeah. See, tell me that's not a perfect picture of Bigfoot right there.
Yeah, that's pretty much good old Sasquatch. Yeah, he gave episode 1 a 40% decent, episode 2 a 19% heinous. Wow.
Oh, you can rate episodes now?
No, he's just doing that individually in his post here.
You can rate episodes now?
No, I just told you he can do that individually in his post. Are you doing that thing where you're going to end the stream in the middle of me talking?
No. I was actually just getting rid of Bigfoot.
Oh, okay. All right.
But no. So I didn't. So you can rate individual episodes.
No. He gave it an overall rating.